So today we are doing what a ton of viewers always tell me to do, but that's good because they're right. It does work really well. We have here a pretty decent sized burn pile that we need to get taken care of. And the reason we're doing it a little bit different than what we normally do on the channel, because this pile is all pretty much rot, punky, old wood that's been laying on the ground for a pretty good minute. So it's going to take a pretty good amount of heat to get her going. Now we've been doing burn piles forever on this property and the channel, trying to get this property cleaned up and what we need it to be. We understand that it's good to have some stuff on the ground for the forest floor. It needs that, but in excess is what we have now and what we've slowly been getting cleaned up so that one, we have less fuel on the ground, and two, the floor is actually kind of manageable for us so we can get around and do our management efforts to get the species of trees growing that we want to grow in this area. Now in the past, most of the stuff we burn is trees that we've cut down, or recently dead trees or things like that that don't take a tremendous amount of heat to get going. We can just use the good old weed burner torch. It doesn't take a whole lot, just shove it in there and let her go and throw some rot stuff on top once she's up and going. I've used just good old-fashioned firewood before. Just start a regular campfire underneath and that'll do the trick too. Sticks, logs, fire starters, you name it, we've done it. It's never been a big deal because what we're burning is pretty decent fuel and can get itself going. And I'm also never really in that big of a hurry. But today, because of what we're trying to get going and because I do need to get this thing up and moving pretty quick so we can get her burnt down and thrown together before it gets dark, we're gonna do it just the same way I did it when I was working for Dirt Perfect full-time and part-time when the customer was paying for the fire starting resources. And we just had to get this thing hot and get it going. Propane accessories. I had a weed burner already. Turns out, and you're going to be surprised by this, if you leave that rubber hose exposed to the elements for 3 years straight, it just breaks in half. I know. I was as surprised as you were. Some airflow enhancers. Christmas cardboard. 'Tis the season. We'll place that more accurately in a second. A little bit of magic sauce, of course, in the approved containers. I know you're worried about the leaves on the trailer, but if you'll notice, it's camouflage so people can't see my fuel trailer, you know? That way they don't steal it. And then we're just gonna try to soak these bales a little bit. The whole point of diesel versus gas is gas burns very quick. It has a very high vapor pressure, off gases quickly. It just goes whoosh, very fast. And it's a lot of heat in a short amount of time, but we need a lot of heat for a long amount of time to get this cooking. Diesel fuel is pretty much the same as heating oil that people use in their homes, if I understand that correctly. We're just turning these into big candles, essentially. Very, very big candles. Can't forget the old "don't try it at home, it's dangerous, don't do it" disclaimer. Oh, she's toasty. Very nice. I don't even know if we need the leaf blower at this point, but I want it, you know? Check out that cannon, huh? The appropriate size ductwork would have saved me a lot of tape, but man, let me get it attached to that gutter too, though. So we can be plenty far away. Uh-huh. Give the battery a break for just a second. We don't feel too bad there. See, the straw barrels are all pretty much gone. There's a little bit left in that one. It is worth pointing out, in case you're new to the channel and you didn't see when we did this, we've got a clear break around the top side. But the heat has definitely pushed her way through. It's been 2 hours. I do believe it is time for my favorite part, which is throwing it together so she can keep cooking. We brought the 304 down. And because she's super hot and we still got some residual oil hanging out from our hydraulic hose replacement, I brought this fancy contraption down too. Well, let's see if we can get worked up in here. That uphill side looks like it's super toasty roasty, and we're probably just gonna honestly try to avoid it. And we'll throw everything up from the bottom side to the middle the best we can without spending a crazy amount of time over the fire. Just give it a little yeet, you know? That wasn't quite the plan, but all right. We wanted it hot. She is in fact that. About an hour later, let's do it again. Gonna be a little smoky on the top side here, but that's okay. We'll just deal with that later. All right, let's start with the old shove. Classic. Very nice. that's good enough for now. Let's, all right. What in the hammer loop is going on here? There we go. Could you imagine my hammer loop pulls that down on my way out and somehow it's the stick and I'm just stuck spinning around? What a ridiculous accident that would be. That wouldn't even make sense. Nobody would believe it. Shut off solenoid. Oh man, I broke the shut off solenoid. That's okay. Just turning into dust. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start blading this berm in, kind of pushing everything in that way this evening. She's surrounded real good with the brake. I think we can probably toss it together one more time and then we'll do a little blade work. Try a fresh battery down for the leaf blower too. Not that we really need it right now. She's cooking hot, but it seems like a fun thing to do real quick. Ugh. Get the old air cannon here. There we go. Let's see. Let's get her shoved up good in there. Well, I guess if I got any extra gutter, we can burn that too. That's good. That's pretty wild. Certainly not bad considering what we started with. We're going to take the machine, since everything's kind of frozen, and just polish this up just a little bit. You can see all the stuff we have laying on the ground back through there. That's not bad. I'm good with that, especially on the side of a hill. Having some logs laying on the ground helps kind of slow that water down on the way down. So that's fine, and I'm good with it. But that's the area we haven't been yet. That's not okay. There's just a tremendous amount, and we just keep working our way that way by doing piles like this. Normally we wouldn't really be doing a whole bunch of this work this time of year, because normally for us December is just a sloppy mess, and next week is true to that fashion, our regular December weather. It'll be back in the 40s and 30s, rainy and nasty and everything muddy. But I wanted to take advantage of everything while it's frozen over. This is more like February weather for us, being in the teens and the 20s where everything stays frozen. It's not too bad to work in the woods like this. The tracks move nice, everything slides around nice. I don't have any complaints. So I figured, why not? We'll take advantage of the weather, go ahead and get one pile knocked out. We have been doing some work on the YouTube yacht. By the way, we got the metal spiral staircase designed. Video coming out on that soon. And we got everything turned into a local fabricator where he's gonna make the metal treads for us, and then we can weld everything up from there. So we'll be on the YouTube yacht pretty heavy coming up. Lots of material coming in for it. Some material already delivered. It's like a fella might want to buy a drop hitch for the Mini, huh? That is going to work pretty good though, I think. Definitely a handy feature. Imagine if I built a little forwarder style trailer or a dump trailer. Well, that'd be neat. Wouldn't that be something? We got to finish the boat first, but well, this is all we have left. This is all we're left with. Nothing more than a campfire at this point. Certainly can't complain about that on a cold day.